Hey everybody, this is Rydo. We are back to Fallout New Vegas. Now I said at the end of the last episode, which went 3 hours long, that we were going to the strip, but I did then recall that we still haven't returned Rex and done the King quest. So, let's do that first and see if that gains us favor with the Kings, so that then we would get a passport and get an entrance into the into the strip. Although we could get into the strip multiple ways. We have enough caps, we have a fake forged passport. We could probably just talk our way in. I'm still assuming that this companion just really wouldn't give us any quests, because you'd have to talk to him, and how are you going to talk to the robot dog that just barks? I'm not even sure Lily is going to give me any side quests. It may very well be that there are only a couple of the companions actually have companion quest lines, or it may just be that it's extremely difficult to figure out how to start the companion quest lines, or they only start at a specific point in a chronological timeline.
Why, Rexy, you look all better, boy. Good as new. Did my Rexy get a new brain?
Yeah.
You're a man of your word, no doubt about it. Can't thank you enough. If you want, hold on to Rex for a little while longer. I'm sure he'd enjoy that. Was there anything else you wanted?
About the favor you owe me.
Ask away.
I want to join the Kings. Can you get me into the strip? I could really use some money. I'd like to think about it. Join the Kings?
Normally, we don't let outsiders join, and you'd be the first female king ever. But I think I can make an exception in your case. From this day forward, you're one of us, and no one in Freeside will mess with you if they know what's good for them. In addition, if you want to do something about that hair of yours, talk to Sergio. I'll let him know you're coming. Perhaps more importantly, you've earned the right to wear something a little more stylish. Here, wear it proudly.
So we have a King's outfit, and we can talk to Sergio. This door is locked. It requires a key, which I think means it's just storyline reasons locked. Now let's see if we can find Sergio. So we're not wearing the King's outfit at the moment. Sergio should be here.
Ah, you returned to me a king yourself. It would be an honor for me to do your hair. That is why you are here, yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. Then let's begin making a whole new you.
And so this is the only place in the entire game, I guess, we could change our outfit. Change our hair. Can't change your gender. You would maybe wonder if perhaps you could go back to the doctor. None of these are new hairstyles as far as I can tell. Okay. So, what if we were to do Iron Maiden? None of them look really great as far as hairstyles go. And we could change the hair color if we wanted to. But notice none of this is labeled as the king. So I wouldn't even know what? Let's just go with no. Well, nope, you can't. You have to. So yeah, I wouldn't even know as a female character how to get to that point. And see, this is just that door. Yeah, just an extra door for no real reason. And even though we're a member of the Kings, still cannot pick up items. And having a king outfit. Yep. I don't think that does too much. If we're gonna talk to him.
Things have been a lot better since you helped with those soldier boys. All right.
So it probably would have been wiser to take all the caps. I can't turn in the dog. I could send him home if I wanted to. But yeah. More caps would have been the thing that would have helped us get into the strip. Now, I'll take just a brief second here to double check and think, is there anything else in this area? Probably not. I think we don't have anything to turn in. Empty walled off sections, which we can reveal on a local map. So unless for some reason the game would not let me into the strip because I needed, say, 10 times as many caps, which would be an insane amount to demand, I think we are going to be let in just fine. Now, the important part to remember here is let's see. Yeah, the only important part to remember here is to talk to the robots and not just try and run towards the door, otherwise they will shoot you.
Move along.
Well, I guess that robot's okay. So it's either this robot or this robot.
Move along.
Well, I guess I didn't have to talk to any of the robots. It must be a case that because I was already allowed in here, or because I had the passport in my inventory.
Please enjoy the casinos.
It really must be the case that that just was letting me in. Okay. Let's not VATS and shoot somebody. The quest here that we're on is to kill Caleb McCaffrey. This is for casino. The main story quest is search the strip for the man who shot you, who's in the other section. And so yeah, I definitely feel like the move would be to make sure all players start the game by walking through that door and they get the same visual. Here's the sewer entrance. It seems to not work. Then there's something to be said about maybe not having a single topless hooker and then having more random walking hookers. This definitely feels more appropriate, more cartoony. Honestly, for the time settings that are idolized in the Fallout universe, you would think that a hooker would just be showing a little bit of leg or something like that, just showing a little bit of belly, something closer to
You know you want a piece of
like
this.
the
Give me some sugar.
interesting female NCR trooper dancing with them. Yeah, something closer to like the I Dream of Jeannie outfit of that time frame.
Yep.
Which the I Dream of Jeannie outfit actively had to go through its way to not show any belly button. Okay. So the move on the local map says fairly close to our target. That's Caleb McCaffrey. And we just have a whole bunch of people running around to the casinos.
Huh. So the Garretts sent you to track me down. What a joke.
Let's see. Give me your share of caps and your hat, and you can go free. I'm here to collect macro fee. Let's go with that choice.
Now why the hell should I do that? You're below me, kid. I've been killing scum twice your size since before your mother squeezed you out.
Let's see.
Well, that sounds like a bit of a bargain. I get to walk free with the Garretts thinking I'm dead. Sure, you can have my hat. I can always buy another with the caps I've got left. Would have been more fun fighting it out, though. See you later, kid.
So now we have a bald Caleb McCaffrey, which they should have said kill, quote unquote kill. See, my concern here is if I was to just have killed him, that the Securitrons would have just started attacking me and then killed me. Okay. Well, that finishes that quest. So that leaves us to then move the main story forward. There's very little otherwise we can do. We could try and start the war, but I'm not ready quite yet still to start the war between the Legion and the NCR and take on Nelson and Cotton Cove. Although I'm probably overpowered enough now that I could massacre everybody in Cotton Cove just fine. And we've walked past these casinos too much. Let's go into Gomorrah and talk.
Back again? Need a weapon for an emergency? Mr. Holdout's your guy. You might. One fella I knew was able to slip a pistol past the guards. You? I'm guessing you could get a machine gun by them. Take a look at these beauties.
So I could buy a bunch of weapons from him if I wanted to. Okay. So we know Mr. House is in Lucky 38. So we should go to Gomorrah in the tops and everything on the other side of that fence. This is another case where the city really should be just one big city instead of fenced off for looting reasons. We go into the casinos, they're gonna take...
No one but Omertas are allowed to carry guns into Gomorrah. Check your weapons with me.
Let's see. Let's just hand over all the weapons, even though we could keep the holdout weapons.
You'll get these back on your way out.
So the Emeritus, we've heard them talked about. We know they're not good guys. Fire. Interesting. Guess we should check our inventory and see what we have now. No weapons at all. We have a very nice looking casino here. Still some damage on some of the textures, but overall nicely dressed people in sharp contrast to everybody else we've seen.
Hello and welcome to Gomorrah. What can I help you with today? Feel free to head to our club, Brimstone, or you can see our gorgeous courtyard out behind the casino. Sorry, we don't have any hotel rooms available right now, but feel free to gamble or help yourself to our other services. I sure do, but loose lips sink ships.
Okay, so let's do the Search La Femme. Or should we do the speech check? Will the speech check give us more XP?
Well, since you ask so nicely, and I'm not sure I could resist those pretty eyes, what do you want to know? It's hard to believe that not too long ago, most of the families on the Strip were little more than warring tribes. The Emeritus even had a big war with the Khans once upon a time. I'm not sure what's going on at Lucky 38. That place is weird. Nobody ever goes in. Nobody ever comes out.
So she's just gonna have a lot of
rumors
things.
About the Ultralux. I'm not sure what the deal is, but although they try to put on airs, that place is just plain creepy. Maybe it's the masks. Not much of a rumor, but I hear the Tops is always looking for new talent. Lord knows they've needed it for a long time. Sorry, that's all the news worth talking about. All I have, at least. Gossip is one thing, dirt on the family is something else totally. Bye.
So in that case, when I used the Search La Femme perk, I did not get any XP for that. So taking that perk not only has proven to be completely pointless in the long run, you just don't get to use it that often, but it actually is negatively affecting the outcome of the amount of XP you could get.
Be sure to check out the courtyard. Some of the hottest asses in New Vegas shaking out there.
Same line of dialogue spoken by two people. So it's not like you can play every single slot machine. So if you were gonna gamble, seems like you would have to do it
I don't think we
at the specific slot machines.
I'll let it go this time though. What the fuck are you looking at?
Play blackjack. Lily's
Business
not
is
welcome.
good. All the family's got money. Of course.
And see, this seems like this is just the entirety of the casino floor. And the game crashed. Yeah. Probably makes a little sense to keep, if you're gonna have 3 or 4 different casinos, keep the casino floor fairly small. Don't overwhelm the player by having like tons of square footage of just slot machines and places to gamble. The gambling aspect I don't think really matters in this game as much as they want to pretend like it does. Inherently, a very obvious thing you could do is have an occasional poker chip be picked up for each of the different casinos in the Wasteland. That way you could better
no one but Emeritus
encourage.
are allowed to carry guns into Gomorrah. Check your weapons with me.
Let's see what happens if we keep.
You'll get these back on your way out.
So what does that keep us as far as holdout weapons? Basically everything I had.
Hello and welcome to Gomorrah.
So now if we do speech 28,
Alright. You look pretty trustworthy.
that gives you 28 XP.
Bye.
And so you've got this spinning sign here. And a good question to ask when developing a game like that, if you're going to develop a unique spinning sign like that, where can you sneak it in and use it in multiple places? Or where can you sneak the head models of these statues? So yeah, at a certain level, it definitely seems like you could just gamble. But I really don't care about the gambling. Let's see. We could call an elevator. And we can call an elevator. So let's check the suites level. A whole different load. So from what we've heard, what do I look like sitting here? Yeah, the king's outfit's probably not doing me any good. They do prostitution and then get the prostitutes hooked on drugs and take it.
Fuck not at home. Must be cozy up there in the lucky 38.
So we don't want to really talk to them or their thugs.
The NCR seems none too happy.
There's a
about
locked
losing
door
train.
there. A unlocked door here. We have a character named Cloud. What is his name, actually? Clandon.
Hey, nice to meet you. Do you need help with something? A little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm a close friend of some of the family around here. I do some independent contracting around the casino, and they set me up with this great room. Yeah, bye.
So we have Clandon. He has a gun. He has a nice suite, which leads to a nicer restroom. It looks like there's just a suitcase here. Nothing in the suitcase. There's a lot of blood here. I think visually telling you a story of what Clandon does for the Omertas. He murders people, or chops up the bodies, at least. That would be my guess. Thus, the refrigerators visually telling a story. There is that same symbol being reused, as I would have assumed they were going to do.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Too much cussing again. We had managed not to hear too much of that lately. I wonder if every time I turn on a radio I'm helping Mr. House spy on people. And then, yeah, big Gomorrah beds. And then down here, wine in the dead end. So we've visually been told a story from that room. More blood on the floor.
I think there is something wrong with that dog.
Let's see. Open door. Need a better skill. Higher skill. So I could probably lockpick all of this. But the first thing to determine would be if we are going to end up.
I got kicked out of Ultra Lux.
Are they gonna get mad at me for lockpicking? It's in green, so one would assume they're okay with it.
And that place gives me the fucking freaks.
But everything else in here seems to be stealing. So I half suspect what's going to happen is that we're going to end up just shooting the emeritus. But we don't want to do that yet. I want to see where this goes. So let's go to Lower Brimstone and see what's down there. Here's that flower plot we haven't seen much of otherwise. Brimstone.
Don't
Here
walk
we have
away. Let me
the
show you the
prostitute.
time of your life.
Just dancing for nobody. And so Brimstone seems to be just another floor. Basically a whole bunch of cushions, orgy room. Speaker playing music is kind of interesting. We don't see a lot of that. This seems weird. There's just thug guards everywhere. So yeah, I do think I would end up just shooting my way through everybody if I started to shoot. We have a
Hey, sexy
guy
lady.
dancer,
Looking for a good time?
which at least we get one.
Big one looks like fun. Let me know if
We
you
have
want
a
a good
gambler. We have a bartender. We'll talk to the bartender.
Hey there. Can I get you a drink? Maybe a party favor?
No information. We could buy things, but I don't think any of this is important. We've seen all of these drinks before.
All right. At Gomorrah, the bar is always open. Business is
Turn
good.
on-
All the families
Turn on the
got
flashlight while we're
Of
here.
course, Gomorrah is where the action is.
It's the same silhouette.
Ooh, the
And then
big
we
one
have-
looks like fun. Let me know if you want a good time.
A guy and a girl
Don't walk away.
on a
Let me show
very
you the time
boring
of your
stage.
life.
Backdrop. So yeah, I don't really get this. Like every other dancer we've seen has been in scantily clad two-piece type bikini outfits. So why have one character in the strip that is actually topless?
The NCR seems none too happy about losing their little train.
Well, I'm a little bit confused as to what we're supposed to be doing here. To me, it seems like there isn't really anything going on. I can't find the families, the Immortas, to talk to them, to trigger any quests. And even when you have a somewhat nice location, they only have textures for several things. Broken windows and broken mirrors and dirty urinals. Yeah, Bethesda is just obsessed about having bathrooms. Figure out something to do with the bathrooms or get rid of them. Or at least reduce them severely. Have like one bathroom per building at the front. The gimmick of people possibly wanting to drink radiated water from the bathrooms to refill their health never actually happens in a Bethesda game. Yeah, weirdly, I think in contrast, if you were to play a Skyrim game, I'm not sure there are any bathrooms in Skyrim. So there's a whole nother stage here. Here you have a dancer facing away from the stripper pole. Probably not programmed well enough to actually grab the stripper pole.
I knew those cons couldn't be trusted.
There's a lot of gamblers here.
Should've bet we'd kill the Fiend's leader.
Play some more slots. By invitation only.
Hey there.
Seems like he sells the exact same thing. It is interesting they don't sell stim packs. And we have a lot of background noise playing. Interesting skull decoration here. This isn't going to do anything, but maybe you're supposed to get in those at some scripted point. I may literally just have to investigate using the lower map, the local map, just to know for certain whether I'm going into the right place. Hopefully it's the courtyard. They did mention the courtyard a couple times.
Well, what do we have here, huh? Let me guess. You've heard about the mistress who makes all your fantasies come true.
So we have a named
so
character.
You followed the call of your desires, all the way to the arms of Joanna.
Her head seems a little small.
Now that you've found me, I wonder, do you have what it takes?
Speech. 50, go with that for the XP.
Oh, confident. I like that. So, what do you want to do with what you've got?
Let's see. We might as well use the search A-Love film since there isn't any other options.
Oh my, aren't you something else? I guess you'll have to see for yourself what I can do, huh? Consider it on the house, honey.
And let's just skip that. There's probably nothing earned for making fake love scenes play out. Probably isn't going to move the story forward or anything like that. Let's ask questions. Now, if we start asking questions and she says, we'll talk about that later, honey, and then you slept with her and then that started the quest, that would be interesting. Particularly if they forced you into that action so you couldn't avoid the quest from being started.
Alright, honey. What do you want to know? Yes.
Let's see. So we can tell she's on drugs because of her medicine being so high, so let's do that.
I didn't think it showed. I guess that it's worse than I thought. Look, we can't talk here. If you think you can help me, follow me to my room, please.
So, it is going to force us in that direction.
Follow me, hun.
And so if you were completely unaware of the human trafficking, sex slavery that was happening in this casino, this would be a good way to be pushed into finding out about it, which certainly is a very mature subject to bring up, and probably not as mature a subject for the type of game this is. I guess they at least held back a little bit by not putting her in a skirt and have you look up her skirt as you follow behind. Now she's smoking a cigarette. Yep. I think this is a great example though of where having a customizable character creator can go wrong. That neck and that head is really small. I'm also noticing that if I zoom in, my perception check seems to highlight things. I think Rex is doing that, but that may just be having high perception, which means maybe I could go into rooms and just zoom in and highlight all the things to search. But I bet there's way more stuff than just that one cabinet. Maybe there's something important there.
Okay. We can talk here.
Let's see.
What do you want to know about those sons of bitches?
Let's see. What's the Immortus roles in Gomorrah?
They run the place as a center for all their dirty scams and extortions. Gambling, sex, drugs. They'll use whatever works to exploit your weaknesses. Hooker, customer, it doesn't matter. Everyone here's a pawn to the Omertas, playing and dying by their rules.
So, what might happen here is that we have 3 or 4 casinos. I could see moving out the families and moving in the NCR into one of the casinos, or the Great Khans into one of the casinos, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't happen either.
Nero's the pack leader, and Big Saul's his right hand. What Nero wants, Big Saul does. Then there's Caccino.
What's the deal with Caccino?
He's a filthy monster. I've been with perverted men, but Caccino's done things to me that even other Omertas would also want to kill him if they knew what he does. He's broken so many of their rules that I don't know how he still breathes. All right, honey. What do you want to know? Yes.
Tell me about your problem.
I don't know what's happening to me. I can't feel a goddamn thing anymore. Empty and poisoned like the wasteland. I'm afraid I won't make it out of here. Not without Carlitos. If the Med-X doesn't kill me first, Caccino or another Omerta will. I look pathetic, huh? The great Joanna. And now, I don't even know why I'm telling you this.
I think the flashlight turned off as soon as we walked through the room. Wish the flashlight would stay on.
He was an Omerta that fell in love with me. They don't ever mix with people outside the family, you know? He was planning to escape with me, but Caccino
I wonder if
found
they
out
might
about
be
us.
vampires or...
So he did something, talked. I don't know. And Carlitos
maybe
disappeared.
werewolves.
Caccino doesn't give a shit about rules, only cares to feed his perversions. He lusted for me. He's done things to me. Look, I'm stuck here. I know that. Carlitos is the only thing that kept me going. And now I don't have anything left.
So we're gonna have to find Carlitos.
If he's alive, he's long gone. The Omertas want him dead now. If you meet him anywhere, I'd do anything to get him back and escape this hell. Although I'm not keeping my hopes up. Hun, nobody's given me a free thing before. What's it going to be for you? Caps, Sex? Straps? What?
I don't even know what straps are.
What? Are you serious? Well, I'm not
But see, you do these kind of quests
so much
and
for your help.
you don't even really get karma from them. So bye bye love. In here is some bullets that we can take. We'll just take them. In here, that was also items you can take. So I don't know what specifically gets highlighted and what doesn't get highlighted. Okay. So our quest now is to find Carlitos, which seems to say go down this way, deeper into the strip. Alright, so that's one quest started.
The fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
These tents, I guess, are just going to be tents. Yep. So it seems to me like the Omertas are tough people to find. We're just looking for named characters, I guess, willing to talk to us. Really is too much of the exact same thing over and over again. This is way too nice of a floor. There's way too many normally dressed gamblers. So yeah, you just have a lady sitting here, lady sitting here, lady sitting here. It kind of gives the feeling that prostitution is very openly accepted with nobody feeling really bad about it.
You want a piece of this? Give me some sugar.
There aren't even any murder thugs
What the fuck
in
are
this
you
section.
looking
Let's talk to Dazzle. We found another named character in the exact same outfit.
Hi, honey. I'm Dazzle. What can I do for you? Or to you? Every night's ladies' night here. Well, now, that's unusual. Normally, no one cares enough to ask. To be honest, I don't rightly know. My mama was from around these parts. I can remember her face, but not her name. More than I can remember of my daddy, I guess. We lived in Westside before the Omertas bought me. As bad as it can be some days in here, it's better than living in that dump.
So it doesn't seem
Don't
like
be a
there's
stranger.
any more quests here, although Dazzle may come back and be an important character later. I would assume as much, since she has a custom name. This goes back to Gamora on the main level. Lily is stuck. Lily gets stuck in a lot of places, I think. There's nothing here. So let's just double check the local map so we're certain. So the entirety of this courtyard is designed to maybe have you look up and see the building and see some interesting design that's kind of pointless. At least it's kind of unique design, and talk to Joanna. And then I kind of feel like that's it.
Should have bet we killed the Fiend's leader. I tell you, not at home is gonna have his day.
So, yeah, the murders don't seem like they're even gonna hire me to do anything. And I just don't see a real reason to gamble. And I don't see a reason to try and pick all the doors open. Let's see if we can talk to this guy.
What the fuck are you looking at?
Let's see if we can talk to the receptionist.
Bye.
And so I assume we got all of our guns back. In that case. Yep. My sneak ability. Not stopping all of the guns being taken away, but a decent amount of them being taken away. So I could have totally shut up the place.
No violence is permitted on the strip.
Okay. So now we move.
I tell you, last night some girl was pounding on my door all night. Finally, I had to let her out. What? I know a guy. His motto is love thy neighbor. You again?
Probably gonna do something with this stand-up comedian. Okay. LVB station is the location, I think, for. There's a door to Freeside over here. Really? How would there be a door to Freeside? Is there some kind of sneaky way in? No, this must be underground or something. Or the map must be wrong. Because this just hits a wall here. Unless the wall's gonna come down. Right. A lot of stuff to run into. So Vault 21 is one to investigate. I think this is the monorail. Let's just double check.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
Yep, this is the monorail. We came in here originally. And it looks to me like the monorail. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to walk that far into the monorail, but it seems to me like the monorail is still broken. Can't travel that way. Not that
I tell you,
matters.
something stinks about this monorail attack.
I may have messed up the scripting on the monorail. So it's going to come down to the Ultralux, or Vault 21. Where does the quest want us to go? This direction. So the Tops Casino seems like that's what this is. Let's go check out what this is. So it may very well be a case where the entire game talks about the strip, but it's just not
baby
that
doll. Welcome to the Tops
big of a
Hotel and
deal.
Casino. I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over any weapons you might be carrying. Smooth and easy, just the way I like it. Don't worry, they'll be as safe as kittens till you're ready to leave. Oh, and a friendly word of advice. If you happen to stumble across any weapons during your stay here, well, just don't wear them openly. You dig? Now that we got that little business out of the way, what can I do to make your Tops experience the tops?
It definitely seems to me like it would make more sense to have 4 casinos in the 4 corners of the map instead of 4 casinos on the strip, and then the rest of the strip being fairly unimportant.
Relax, baby. The safest houses. We'll keep them locked up in the bank upstairs right next to the money. It's serious protection. Everything your little heart desires, that's what. You like gambling? Boom. Either one of the main hallways has cards, slots, you name it. Hungry? Thirsty? The restaurant just off the left-hand hallway has the best food and booze in Vegas. Or maybe you'd rather take in a show. The Oasis Theater upstairs always has hot acts raring to go. Check it out. Have a good time, baby.
So, yeah, to me it seems like it is.
Looks like the troops are back. Good thing, too. This place was Deadsville without their caps.
It seems like just a regular casino.
Hey, baby, what's the haps?
And so that's labeled as a chairman. This guy's too far away. This guy's name is Swank.
Hello, baby. Welcome to the Tops. What can I do for you? Baby, I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Name's Swank. This here's my joint. Benny oversees the business, sure, but I run the Tops day to day. I'm his right-hand guy, you dig? Sure, kid, sure. What can I tell you?
What's the story with the White Glove Society?
Creepy bunch of cats, you ask me. Ah, sure, they act all polite and civilized, but there's something off about them, you dig? Don't get me wrong. That resort of theirs is ring-a-ding. But my guts say, don't go in the basement. Sure, whatever you want. The Tops? Yeah, sure, you want the nickel tour? Old Swank's happy to oblige. We got everything you could want. Slot machines in the back, cards and roulette in the front, fine entertainment upstairs in the Oasis Theater. And all with your security personally guaranteed by the chairman and Mr. House's own Securitron police. It's the Tops.
Let's look for extra jobs.
Baby, you stick with me, you won't have to work a day in your life. Don't fret about caps. You just sit there and look pretty for me. You might have a jaw at Tommy Tarini up in the Aces. He's always looking for talent scouts. Really? You got something to say about the big boss, huh? Well, why don't you say it to his face instead of yapping at me?
Speech check of 15.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Speech check of 30.
That doesn't... Why would he pull a stunt like that? Got anything else to offer?
Speech check of 45.
He's trying to pull a fast one on the big man. Crazy bastard. You got any more?
Apparently, let's go with Benny must think the chip will allow him to seize power on the strip.
Jesus, I can't even believe it. After all House did to set us up with this swank joint. I don't suppose there's more. Jesus, kid, I think we got a real problem on our hands. Can't believe Benny's a no-good stinking punk trying to play house like that. Tell you what, I'll call Benny, keep him away from his suite. You go search the place. Here's the key, it's on the 13th floor. It's a room with the double doors. Can't miss it. Maybe you'll find something we can show to Mr. House and get him arrested. Groovy, here's your stuff back. In case you run into company, you dig. I'll tell the boys to give you a pass to pack some heat. Go on then. Elevators are past the slot machines on your left.
So all of a sudden now, this is
Ring-a-ding, baby.
a quest that we're doing, and this is a dungeon that we're in. So chairman must be a name. Let's see what this casino looks like.
Morning.
It's a lot of textures for a game of this age, certainly. A lot of fancy things all in one place. It would make more sense if there really was just 4 casino tables, one for blackjack, one for roulette, a small strip of 4 slot machines, and
Don't get too close.
that would be it.
What in the goddamn?
Whoops, I didn't realize it was a...
groove, hey? Smooth moves like smooth little babies.
Let's see. Give me a reason not to kill you.
You want a reason? How about 4? They're called bodyguards, and every one of them is packing. Me too, so baby makes 5. Add to that, every chairman in this joint is armed, and not with some holdout pea shooter like maybe you smuggled through security. Anyhow, baby, you didn't come here for vengeance. You came to get clued in. What say you and me
So
cash
this is the
out?
main
Go
story.
somewhere's more private-like. Any questions you got, I'll answer.
Yeah, we'll talk to
To
him.
start, I'll comp you the presidential. Best suite in the house. You deserve a taste of the VIP lifestyle. I'll hang out down here for a while to make everything look business as usual, then come to you. Any questions you got, I'll answer. Guaranteed.
Speech. 60. Barter.
If that's what it takes to win your trust, that's what it takes. Follow me.
Don't get too close to Mr. Benny. I got my eye on you, so no funny business.
So this seems to
Got
me
my
like
eye
there's
on
more than meets the eye. Is this the presidential suite? Or are we going somewhere else?
Now that you and me's got some privacy, I gotta ask, how is it that you're still living?
Let's see. Let's tell him the truth.
House was on to me from word go? I thought I was being so clever. Once you were vertical, how'd you track me down?
Seems you dropped something in Boulder City. Show him his lighter.
To think I deemed that flint box my lucky charm. Oh, the irony. I guess that's enough scratching around at first base. Tell me, which way is the wind gonna blow?
Let's go with I got questions, a bunch of them.
You got questions, I got answers.
Tell me about the platinum chip. Hours into this game. 50 hours into this game, certainly.
It's the House Edge, baby. Literally. It's what Mr. House needs to stack the odds in his favor.
How does the chip work?
It's some kind of data storage device, dig? So it's the data on the chip that's platinum, not the chip itself. Trouble is, the chip don't fit any computer I've found. Must require special hardware. It has something to do with the Securitrons, I know that much. Upgrades their hitting power, gives them heft. Might be slightly useful if you're looking to defend the strip from Caesar's Legion or the NCR. Or maybe both.
See if he can hand it over.
Baby, ease off the gas. The chip belongs in the hands of someone who can use it, as in me, not you. You'll get a piece of the action and a sweet one, but the chip sticks with me.
Okay, what's your offer?
You help me, and before long, the chairman will rule all of Vegas, dig? With enough robot muscle to back it up. You'll get a sweet,
Why
juicy
would you
cut of
side
that
with this
action.
guy?
But until that day comes, I'll keep you on retainer and pay bonuses for special missions. How's that sound?
Answer first, then I'll decide.
How else can I clue you in?
Factions gunning
Yeah,
about
it's a tricky
Vegas.
world out there. I'll tell it to you straight. A good cat to swing with, or was until he stopped mewing. It was House's big idea to resurrect the Strip. He recruited the three families as muscle, showed us how to set up casinos, negotiated with the NCR. None of this in person, mind you. Did all of his talking through those Securitrons of his. But lately, the silence is deafening. The robots collect House's share of the take every week, and life goes on. Ain't exactly what I'd call leadership. We're the definition of cool, baby. We know how to
Chairman, just
swing.
another gang, I
Folks
guess.
come to us to learn how to enjoy themselves.
Chairman
Of the three
was the name
families,
of one
we're
of
the
the
only ones with the heart and savoir
famous
faire to run the
singers
strip on our own.
in Vegas.
A tribe of finks. Every single one of them is a degenerate. Mark my words, they're playing an angle. How do I know? They always are. Personally, they give me the heebie-jeebies. There's such a thing as being too polite. If I made this, my pleasure, that. Don't get me wrong, that resort of theirs is strictly ring-a-ding. But my guts say, don't go in the basement. A nation of meddlers trying to muscle in on our
Too
action.
much dialogue
We got
again.
muscles too, and smarts besides. Only reason the NCR hasn't busted up our scene is they're a little afraid of Mr. House, and a lot afraid of Caesar. If the NCR beats the Legion at Hoover Dam, they'll turn on us and claim the Strip. And we don't have the muscle to beat them. Not yet. Meanwhile, they're all that's keeping Caesar's Legion at bay. Plus, NCR soldiers and citizens are our best customers. It's complicated. Worst of the worst. A tribe of degenerate losers led by a creep.
Now,
They
I don't know
crucify
how
people
you
for kicks, slaughter
tell
whole towns.
this much
The
dialogue
NCR beat them at the dam 3
in a
years
quicker
ago, but
way.
that didn't stop them. They spent the meanwhile gathering strength.
I think
They're
what you
gonna
try to
take
do
the
is
dam again real soon.
just
and if they do, Vegas as we know it.
maybe hand more of this in written form, or have your dialogue checks not repeated themselves
Something
so
else
much.
you wanted
So
to know?
if you've heard about the Legion from other people, maybe you don't need to hear it again from someone else. Let's see.
Broad strokes, change in management. The Securitrons are where it's at. I need a way to control them, and a way to beef up their hitting power. I get those two ducks in a row, Vegas can defend itself versus all comers. NCR, Caesar's Legion, it won't matter. Baby, the odds may look long, but that's just because we ain't done rigging them. I won't toss the dice until we are. I've gleaned a lot working with Mr. House. He was a good cat to swing with. I still got a lot to learn, but it's coming together.
So I guess the question here is, I know there are two different endings in this game. Is one of the ending House wins and the other ending Benny wins? Or at least, I know there are at least two different endings. There might be more than two.
Baby, do you not understand the level of game here? What I did to you was rotten. But if you think House, the NCR, or Caesar won't kill to put Vegas in their pocket, I really did blow out your brains. It's a game, and games have winners and losers. I prefer the former. How about you? Something else you wanted to know? Like I said, once the chairmen are running Vegas, you'll get a percentage. Until then, I'll pay you a retainer and bonus.
Okay, let's just make a deal with them.
Jackpot, baby. I knew we'd see eye to eye. Here's a start on your retainer. Don't spend it all in one place, and the prez is yours for as long as you want it. When you're ready to saddle up, come find me down on the casino floor and we'll plan the next step of this caper. Ring-a-ding, baby. Ta-ta.
So this presidential suite is just us, I guess. Of course, why can I not then just open the vault safe? We could pick up a lot of things, but the fact that you can't
Over here.
muck fruit.
Had enough.
Whoops. So apparently I got spotted stealing. Okay, well
Now that you and me's got some... What?
It's just to skip a bunch of this dialogue. So yeah, either I'm not in the presidential suite, or there's something more to it. A few bottle caps on the table, not really. Survive the ambush.
Who's there? Had enough.
Oh. So the quest here Ring a ding dong was survive the ambush. Alright, and so we'll come over here and we'll equip this gun, and then we'll seems like that quest requires me to that quest requires me to just kill all of those people myself. So it had nothing to do with that. Benny is just a scumbag, so it seems like he's untrustworthy. Unless there's some other thing I've done that triggered an ambush. Alright, we could pick up all kinds of 8-balls and things like that. I don't really see a reason.
The cleaners will knock twice. Make sure they're thorough.
Let's see.
What the fuck?
So much for that. So Benny can't be trusted. I think that would have been pretty obvious. Each one of them has a sweet key to Benny's. Anything else we want to see if we can find? Even here, where you have a lot of books, the vast majority of books are still just useless books. Yeah, and I can't help but think that you could have done this quest way earlier and you would have had the exact same outcome. So it definitely feels like the move here is to have a focus on not siding with Benny. Door to the Tops restaurant. Let's check it out. I guess my question here is,
your drink?
would there actually be anything special here? No. It is the same old food and alcohol, really. Really nothing but alcohol. So is there anything interesting? It does seem to me like move is to sneak around. I don't really understand why you'd sneak around. You have a pool. You can jump in the pool. And that makes a louder sound effect. It's a nice looking courtyard. But doesn't seem like there's anything here. It's a nicer feeling casino. No drugs and prostitution, seemingly. It's being run by Benny. You have several inaccessible elevators. Elevator to the 13th floor. That's where we were going. Yeah. This might be the only place where it actually would make some sense to be a stealth player. Where going and picking each of these locks would be a way of getting a bunch of experience to level up. But I wouldn't be surprised if what really happens is I'll just hit the max level playing the DLC and playing the game anyways. Then at that point it would not be as valuable to pick locks.
This crazy scene or what?
I just kind of question whether there
You
is.
dig this crazy scene or what? Ring a ding, baby.
This door requires a key. We don't have a key. Well, let's just start. See if we can get through these rooms and see if there's anything of value in doing this. It's gonna be a fairly slow way to get experience, though. Now there's nothing here. So that door needs a key that I apparently don't have. Every other door needs to be picked. And picking a easy door is going to give me at most 25 XP. Oh, it gave me 40. still can't do anything with the vents. There might actually be a perk that would let you travel through the vents. Maybe, maybe not. It's too risky to take any of those perks, though. I am appreciating the extra perception skill. It's worth pointing out that all of these locks have the number 7 on them, indicating that they would all be unlocked with a number 7 key. But yeah, that's not really how it works. At least that's what I would take from the number 7. Yeah, unless you just wanted a bunch of dirty pre-war casual wear. This is exclusively for XP. I still don't trust the sensor ability enough to not search. At the very least, you would expect maybe some caps on the bed as like a tip, or alcohol in a cabinet as like a bar. Sunset sarsaparillas. Okay. I think I am learning to trust this scanner here. It seems to be going for things of higher value. That would be my assumption on how this works, is that he's looking for, he's highlighting items that are of some high value. $40 cap Nuka-Cola is not really that high value. Sunset sarsaparillas that we will lose some karma on. Right, well, I'm confused. Let's go back to the main casino floor. See if any of these other elevators work.
Hey, ya mama, what's the haps? You back? Find anything? All right. I saw him heading for his suite just a few minutes ago. Looked like a fox that just got... Don't be a stranger, doll.
Okay. So we're still looking for Benny. All that opens to the strip. That goes to the Oasis Theater. That was the Tops restaurant. Tops Presidential Suite. So let's go check out the Oasis Theater. We could also pick this. What would be the major value in robbing a casino? I wonder. Not sure there really is. It might get me some caps, and that would be about it.
Hey, welcome to the finest entertainment experience in New Vegas. My name is
the first guy we've seen with an eye patch. You'd think you would have seen more of that.
Dig it, baby. He beat feet to his suite. You scare the big boss man or something? Sure, baby, sure. Tommy's always looking for new talent to bring to the Aces. Tell you what, you see any good acts while you're out wandering, give them my card. If they work out, I'll give you a 3% cut of the door. Just swing back by as you recruit folks. I'll get you your bread.
Okay, so let's barter for XP.
Ooh, a shop customer. All right, all right. 5% it is.
So now we have some quests to hire people with axe. Not too sure who that would be. Need to find 4 entertainers. Have we even seen one entertainer? Not really.
Well, it was my idea. Well, me and the rest of the Rad Pack boys. We took it to Benny, and he thought it was a good idea.
There was a
Years later,
Rat
here we are,
Pack
the best show
in
in
Vegas.
New Vegas.
For a long time. Old lounge singers.
Benny? He's an alright cat, you dig? He don't got much musical talent, but he knows how to run a business. When he's around, anyways. Well, now, you didn't hear this from Tommy, but Benny likes to go off on a bender now and then. Usually he's only gone a couple of days, but this last time, nobody saw him for almost a month. Ask me, I think he's got a dame from Gomorrah, holed up in his suite, because nobody ever saw him leave it.
We are getting more XP.
Well, apart from serving as a talent manager,
talking
show
is
scheduler,
worth
and
it.
all-around man in charge of this fine theater, I happen to be its headline act. Every night from 8 till midnight, come on by to see the Rat Pack Review live, only right here at the Oasis Theater. Well, acts are a bit thin on the ground right now, but every night from 8 to midnight, we got the Rat Pack Review. Songs, dancing, jokes, we got it all. You know it, baby. Now, why would you want to go breaking Tommy's heart asking a question like that? Here I run the finest entertainment venue in all New Vegas, and you're asking me, what else is there? Nothing close to what we got here at the Tops, that's for sure. It's cool, baby. Take it easy, baby.
I told everyone we shouldn't have bet on the cons.
More blood on the floor.
Get your drink?
Same alcohol from every other bartender. So basically they programmed bartenders to be just one type of character with the same inventory, same lines of dialogue. And so we could just wait for several hours, and I think they would actually dance and show a whole performance here. 8 to midnight's a long time though, so if you were actually required to sit and watch the entire performance for some kind of achievement, that would be fairly demanding. Every time we come in here we get that song. How lucky can one person be? And then it only plays a couple stanza from the song and it gives up. Okay, so
I knew those cons couldn't be trusted.
I don't know why the presidential suite would be on the ground floor, but whatever.
Our guys put the monorail back to work.
So it's back to floor 13. I don't know if it is just a case where I need to shoot this guy. Why do we not have the key? Searches. Well, we can set that as our quest, I guess. Okay. How does this work? This is not the room.
Hope Swank's smarter than Benny. Wonder where Benny got off to.
So there's gotta be some kind of hallway I've totally missed, or some kind of like secret passage. Fire alarms, interesting. Okay.
Oh, don't you worry about me, dearie. Your grandma knows how to stay quiet.
Let's just stay hidden. Yeah, it feels to me like that there might be a perk that lets you travel through these as a stealth player. It feels like we may just run into Benny in this area, or he may have a secret escape passage in this area. Wouldn't be surprised if that's it. Takes pre-war money. Having so many companions follow you can definitely cause some problems. It does seem like it's kind of silly to try to be friendly. So he knocked a hole in the wall, and here we have what looks like a yes man character who's been hacked. Hacked Securitron.
Hey! Hi there! Good to meet you. What can I do for you today? Good question! My function is to monitor Mr. House's data network and decode his encrypted transmissions. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a PDQ-88B Securitron, but you can call me Yes Man. As I understand it, I used to be just like all those other Securitrons out on the strip. But then my neurocomputational matrix was completely reprogrammed to be nice. Very, very nice.
Let's ask the questions.
Sure. He came through here in a big hurry. Didn't even stop to say hello. I think he went down his secret escape elevator out in the hall.
1000 XP for finishing that quest.
Sure. Benny had me look at it a bunch of times. It's a data storage device, kind of like a holotape, but a lot more advanced. As for what's on it, well, some of Mr. House's data transmissions made it sound like the chip could upgrade his defenses somehow. That's just a guess, though. The chip's a proprietary format. You need special hardware to read the data on it.
So one assumes that the other items, the fuzzy dice and all of them, also have information on them. So we've got a new location on the map. I'm surprised there are any more locations on the map.
Oh, he wants to kill Mr. House and use the platinum chip to copy my neurocomputational matrix onto the Lucky 38's mainframe. That should give me control over all Mr. House's defenses, most prominently his Securitrons. And then I just do what Betty tells me. Easy peasy. Sure. If the chip can be used to reset administrator privileges, it'll be super easy. Then I'd have to help you. I mean, it seems pretty obvious that you wouldn't want me to, but hey, not my fault I can't say no. Again, goal number 1 want is to eliminate Mr.
Too much
House and install
dialogue
my
again.
neurocomputational matrix on the Lucky 38's mainframe.
Perhaps too many silly
I
characters.
also recommend that you get to know some of the region's tribes, so you can decide how you feel about them. By the time you finished up all of that, the Legion should be close to attacking Hoover Dam, and we'll execute the last phase of the plan.
So at a certain level, like, the silly characters just feel really weird. Compared to so many of the other serious characters like Benny. Yes Man and Benny are great contrast to that. So apparently I've finished an entire quest already.
It makes me feel really dumb to admit this, but I don't actually know. I've never been inside the Lucky 38. No one has. Mr. House is in there, though. It's the central node of his entire network. Wow. Do you have any idea how special that is? Red carpet treatment. Seems a little mean to use his invitation against him like that, but I'm sure it's all for the best. I mean, Benny was always scheming about how he was going to get into the Lucky 38, but you already took care of that. Wow. The other thing you're going to need is the platinum chip. You know, the one Benny killed a courier for over near Good Springs.
What do you know about the courier? Let's get some backstory.
I knew she was carrying the platinum chip, and I knew right where Benny should wait for her. That's why Benny put me here, to monitor Mr. House's data transmissions. They're all encrypted, of course, but I'm quite a decryptor. Did you know that Mr. House spent 812,545 caps hiring salvage teams to find the platinum chip? Just in the last year alone? Of course you didn't. Or that there were 7 couriers, but 6 of them were carrying junk. How about their exact routes and the mercenary teams that screened them? I knew all that. Pretty smart, huh?
So the other things seem to be unimportant.
I know that's not true, because you still have a head. That's not funny, you getting shot in the head. I really shouldn't have taken so much pride in how I set that up, huh? I feel really bad right now. No kidding, he was running fast.
I don't see any reason to kill Yes Man.
He has to run all the way to Fortification Hill. There's an underground facility there that might have the special hardware required to use the data on the platinum chip. It's too bad Caesar's Legion built its camp right above it. Talk about inconvenient. The platinum chip is the key to overriding and exploiting Mr. House's defenses. Did I just say exploiting? That's not a very nice word.
Too much dialogue.
I'd take it straight to Mr. House if I were you. He'll think you're helping him out. Then, when he's not looking, kerpow! The big question is whether to give him the chip before you do him in. He's the one who'll know exactly what to do with it after all. He might upgrade his defensive capabilities right away, or even unlock new ones. But then those defensive upgrades might make it harder for you to finish him off. Hard to say. It's up to you. Let me know when it's done and I'll roll over to the Lucky 38. If I'm right about the chip, I should be able to install myself on House's mainframe. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna help you accomplish so much, whether I want to or not. Oh no, I didn't mean that. Who needs their support? The Securitrons will be all the support you need. What
Way too much dialogue.
You should get to know these tribes and decide which ones you like and which you don't. You know, shape the future of Vegas. Choose your neighbors. If you like a tribe, leave it alone. Or, if a tribe is nasty or going to be a problem, go ahead and exterminate it. It's whatever you want to do.
This feels like something that you should have had Yes Man appear at the very beginning of the game and be the one that saved you.
There's a bunch. Some of them you've already met, like the chairman, for instance. I think you should visit the other families on this strip, the Omertas and the White Glove Society, so you know what makes them tick. And there are some important groups farther from the strip, too. Like the Boomers, the Great Khans, and the Brotherhood of Steel. Of course, ask away. They must be a really nasty people. I haven't... They fire artillery.
Let's go ahead and skip some of this.
Then consider them ignored. If they end up firing their howitzers at us, we'll ignore that too. Until it goes away. That's... The cons are just...
So these are really important choices.
They were one of the tribes the three families, so they settled at Bitter Spring. So then...
Need to take some more time with the cons.
You set the pace. Anything else I can help with? I remember that Benny used to pay a receptionist at Gomorrah for information. Maybe she knows something. Just that Benny didn't like them. He talked on and on about how they couldn't be trusted. And this... He hated them. Whenever you get a... anything... From what I understand, their Benny didn't... Don't hurt.
So I have to just talk to all these people. Yeah, if this was the very beginning of the game and you were just told, here's a whole bunch of people, then that would put you in a very nice spot.
Okay, consider them forgotten, along with the projections that predict they'll be our biggest enemy. Forgotten! That's 2 down, 3 to go.
So Great Khans still want to deal with Omertas, still want to deal with White Glove we haven't even met. Murders we really haven't met. Interesting that they're not really even
topic,
considering
I'm tired of it too.
the NCR.
Oh, he had some help. A lady friend of his. She said something about living in a fort over in Freeside. But that's all I remember.
Way too many lines of dialogue.
When the tops got renovated, he had this half of the floor blocked off for his own use. I guess you could say it's my entire world. I don't think I've ever left.
It might
this
make
room,
sense not to play
that's okay.
background
I'm
music
not
wall.
complaining. Right. It's one of 2 locations on Mr. House's network with non-standard hardware. My guess is it has a reader that can decode the chip. And who knows what else? Maybe a giant robot or something. Neat. Let me know what you find out.
Let's see.
Don't stay away too long.
So we level up and we just now have a lot of stuff. Okay. So, see if we can get everything up to 50. And try and balance out everything, at least to 30. So these are just broken terminals for set decoration reasons. Okay. So where are we with quests now? Find Mr. House, hidden bunker buried beneath the Legion stronghold in Fortification Hill. Talk to receptions at Gomorrah about the Omerta activities. Recover the platinum chip from Benny at the fort, or kill and disable Mr. House. Side bets. Let's see. Inform Yes Man that the Great Khans will perform a suicide attack on the Hoover Dam. So we can just tell him that right now.
Hi again.
Let's see.
Ooh. No more cons. That's great. What?
So on one hand, you have some very side quests, and then on the other hand, you have main story stuff. The Immortas are still a big deal. Just not 100% sure. We're still looking for this guy, too. Did we get the quest done, though, to find evidence? Yeah. I think we just finished that quest. So what did we finish? So Ace in the Hall, talk to Yes Man about how to take over, search Benny's room for the clues. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see where this is going to lead us. This is an interesting tile set. We just don't see it anywhere else. I could definitely see this being a very nice location or art style to decorate other areas. This door doesn't seem to work at all. This door doesn't seem to work. And we don't have the key to the sub-basement. So, I guess this is just designed to show you.
Oh, hi.
So, unless there is a key somewhere we missed, I think we're going to end up just going back to the strip, which I think is going to push us to talk to Mr. House and get his side of what the story is. And all that. Benny has definitely not given us any reason why we would side with him or help him. We tried to make a deal and he betrayed us immediately. Okay. Still can be very dark in certain spots. So let's talk to this guy and see if he
Hey, there's the high
says
roller.
anything.
You're back. Find anything?
Benny's reprogrammed the Stickatron. He's trying to take over the strip.
He's what? Ah, jeez. Jeez, this is really bad. What are you gonna do?
Let's see.
Sure, what you need. Don't. You ready to deal with Benny yet? I hope so, kid. Don't be a stranger, doll.
So that seems like that just doesn't move the story forward any.
The eyes of the mighty Kaisar are upon you. He admires your accomplishments and bestows upon you the exceptional gift of his mark. Any crimes you may have perpetrated against the Legion are hereby forgiven. Kaisar will not extend this mercy a second time. My lord requires your presence at his camp at Fortification Hill. His mark will guarantee your safe conduct through our lands. Incidentally, it will interest you to know that the man you seek has fled the Strip and is likely making haste for Kaisar's camp as we speak.
So, all of a sudden now we can do more things with the Legion. Maybe we should try some of the Legion quests and see what happens.
I am the greatest of Kaisar's Frumentari. It was not a challenge to find you. Nor is this my first visit to the Strip.
Frumentari is a weird word. Too close to another word that I won't say out loud.
Go to him, and you will understand. Seek Kaisar by way of Cottonwood Cove, south of Nelson. The Kursor Kulus will be waiting.
Hey, you there. I have a message for you. It's from Ambassador Crocker. Very important. Here you go.
So getting 2 quests triggered at the same time. That's... It's pretty obvious we are triggering the end game. So this is from Ambassador Crocker. I do think I want to check out what Kaiser has to offer for us. The Legion is not even listed here. It's just like your relationship has fully been reset to the point where it's not even shown. Well, that is an interesting opportunity. But what we're right now trying to do is just finish some of the other quests. Local map says he is here. Just in the middle of the strip?
I knew those cons couldn't be trusted.
Where is he? It's gotta be either through this door, which is what it seems like. So there's 2 options. Here, we could go to talk to House. We could check the Ultralux, which we should do that. And then we can go further down the strip. We moved the main story forward too much, is what we've run into. This is nice looking. Why is there no voice acting? Just fully silent. It's just like total silence, except for like the background music has crashed and everything. Feels like. Alright, so this is the White Glove Society area. We'll have to look around here in the next episode. It seems weird because it definitely feels like you're supposed to only trigger most of these quests until after you've done everything else. But then there are a few quests in the strip that feel like you could have done earlier. So it just feels kind of unbalanced. And it definitely sets up a situation where it feels like we might accidentally finish the whole game or just make a game-ending decision. Now we know there's DLC, and we know in Fallout 3 the game ended and you just could not continue at all once you'd done the main story quest all the way to the end. And I doubt New Vegas is going to make that same mistake. So we may accidentally finish the main story quests. Legion, in particular quests, have not been done. So I would like to investigate that as far as it can go and see if we can do some more side quests. I'd still think that there's at least 4 companion characters in this game that feel like have some kind of side quest associated with them, but maybe not. And then I still feel like there is a lot of room here for maybe 40 or 50 more main quests. So if we're trying to do everything, which we kind of are, I think there's room for a lot more gameplay. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, and keep on watching. Thanks.